the thing I'm super interested in is actually seeing some of this technology at work. And what we're going to do is do a little demonstration, I hope. Perhaps, David, you'd like to start us out. And Chris, yeah, we got a laptop coming. So what we're going to do is see some demonstrations, and then from there we'll talk a little bit about. I'll ask the panelists about what frustrates them about using the stuff we make when they're using tools like this, and why, and what people like us who are building them all the time can do about it. So we're going to explore all those things. I think maybe we'll do some voice stuff with the phone. So it should be pretty fun, and I've been looking forward to understanding more about this as well.
Let me know when you've got it up there.
Does everybody know what refreshable braille is while they're setting up?
Good question.
We can both tell them. So refreshable braille is, let's start out basics. Does everybody know what braille is? Okay. So braille is oftentimes represented on paper or on plastic signs, and that's something that's difficult to change. So if I'm in a really loud room and I can't listen to my phone, or if I'm on the phone with somebody while, like a customer service agent, where they're listening to a customer while they're reading with their eyes, refreshable braille has pins. So a braille cell, or the way that braille is represented is in a series of 6 dots, and so refreshable braille displays have pins that rise and fall on a single line, and it's a plug and play oftentimes thing that you can plug in or connect Bluetooth now. It's gotten fancier, like the OCR. It can connect to your phone or your computer, and it's braille in real time that reflects whatever text is represented on your computer or phone. Isn't that cool? Is that right? Okay.
Pretty close to it. And I can show you some of that afterwards, but I have it up here. All right. So,
Lock screen.
let me figure out where. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to hold the microphone and the computer at the same time, so I'm going to lay the microphone on the desk. If you can't hear me, just holler.
Lock screen. Title is Windows default lock screen. Windows delete. Lock center. The title is Windows sign in. Sign in button. Enter. Welcome. PC cursor. Space. Search box edit. T. Internet Explorer. Desk enter. Internet Explorer. You're not connected to a network. You're not connected to a network. Page has 2 links. You're not connected to a network. You're not connected to a network. List of 5 items. Bullet check that all network cables are plugged in.
Okay, so she's very redundant when she wants to make
You are not connected to a network.
She wants to make sure that I know that I am not connected to a network. Which is why it's good that I brought some PDFs to show you guys instead of the internet. All right, so let me go.
Space.
Oh, shut up.
Windows Network. Windows E. This PC. Items view list box. Read only. Items view multi-select list box. Folders expanded. Not selected. 3D objects. 3D objects. Items view documents. Downloads.
All right, somebody has missed their cue, and I'm not going to.
Music.
Did
Pictures.
everybody understand what his computer's saying?
Devices and drives expanded. Devices and drives 5 row head. Windows C.
Partially.
Actually, my question
HP
is,
recovery
are you tracking with that? Because I'm not.
Justin and I are too.
Yes.
We are.
That's incredible.
But that was the cue that I was waiting for. Because
Yeah, I'm tracking
invariably
with
when
you.
I do one of these demonstrations, somebody says, "Can you understand that?"
And trust me, he can absolutely
Yeah,
understand
you
that.
can. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to slow it down a little bit.
JAWS context menu. Options submenu. O. Enter. Basics dot dot dot. Voices submenu. V. Enter.
What
Voice adjustment
speed
dot
is
dot dot.
that
V.
now?
I have no idea.
It's fast.
Voice adjustment dot dot dot. Select a voice profile. Enter. Menu bar. Leaving menu bar. Select a voice profile dialog. Default. Combo box. Vocalizer Expressive Ava. Ava's Vocalizer Expressive Factory. 9 of 16. Allison Vocalizer Expressive Premium. 10 of 16. Ava Vocalizer Expressive Premium. 11. Karen Vocalizer Expressive Premium. 12 of 16. Paulina Vocalizer Expressive Premium. 3. Susan Vocalizer Expressive Premium. Tom Vocalizer Expressive Premium. Zoe Vocalizer Expressive Premium. 16 of 6. Tom, 8. Vocalizer Expressive Ava. 8. Vocalizer Expressive Demo. Set. Vocalizer Expressive Demo. Enter.
I have no idea what just happened.
We get used to people not being able to understand it, and then when we get in a group of people who are blind and we can all understand everybody's everything, it causes awkward moments sometimes.
Yeah, I tell everybody my goal is to have my computer talk fast enough that I can understand it, nobody else can.
That's my goal,
In
too.
most places that works well, but when I'm with a bunch of blind people, not so much.
Yeah, a bunch of blind people will actually hear all kinds of stuff
PC
you
cursor.
just never thought they were going to hear.
This PC.
None of y'all can do it.
This PC. HP Recovery D. HP Recovery D. 89%. HP Tools E. DVD RW. Travel Drive G. Enter. Shell folder view. Items view multis.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that basically what I've got some PDF forms here.
Medical history.pdf. Enter. Reading order, combo box, info reading order from document recommended. Enter. Medical history.pdf Adobe Acrobat Reader DC. Page has no links. Medical history.pdf Medical history patient's full name 8 Riverside Surgical X. Menu bar. Home tools medical history.pdf sign in 1/2 Lexington Medical Center physician practice Riverside Sur.
So I'm not picking on Lexington Medical Center, by the way. This is what I had.
For office use only.
So I'm sure all of you've seen a form like this somewhere before.
Height, weight, physical heat. Hue frequent, hue change, hue dizziness. Hue change in hearing. Hue ringing in ears. Ringing. In ears. In ringing. Hue.
No, my ears are not ringing right now, but if I turn the volume up a little bit, I can make it happen.
Cardiac. Hue chest pain.
So,
Hue racing pulse. Hue legs. Hue pulse. Hue short. Hue at rest.
well, I was getting to the point where I feel it.
Medical history. Cardiac. Hue high blood pressure. Hue sleep apnea. Gastrointestinal. Hue genitourinary. Hue.
I'm trying to skip down to where they want my information. But now, you see how easy this form is to fill out, right? But
Hue gout. Hue varicose veins.
let me go back and find one that's a little bit less.
Alt F4. G /items view training form 2019. Medical history FBMC claim DB.pdf. Enter.
So
FBM's reading order.
if I want to get some of my money back, I'm going to go back down here
R.
and
Use reading order in left to right. Top to U. Enter. FBM's bullet ISPAS.
I forgot it wanted me to tell it how to display it.
Claim form. For FS page, please keep FB required to process claims. I understand. Agree. Bullet. I will use my FS bullet under my employer's plan at.
And I'm really not reading all of this. I'm just skipping over.
Reimbursement from bullet ISP regarding my bullet number required. Bullet the dependent care expense participants mental cut personal data. Use only black ink. Name home phone.
Okay, so
Home.
let's see if I can fill in my home phone.
Underline.
Let's see. My home phone is...
No place markers on current page.
Uh-oh, got a problem here.
Use virtual PC cursor off. 803-4477629.
Now, let's see if it...
Blank.
Oh, wait. There's a problem here.
Use virtual name home phone. Page has no links. FBMC claim D toll free fax to mailed
Oh, wait. I
FBM
just filled it in and there's nothing there.
mail to P toll free.
That's no fun. Yeah, well, that's sort of what I wanted to demonstrate.
That was what he was going for.
Underline is never helpful.
Alt F4 G / medical history training form 2000. Enter.
So I'm going to show you what a form should look like.
Page has 2 headings and no links. Training form 2019.pdf South Carolina. Approved checkbox not checked. Training form 2019.pdf.
So I'm going to hit the tab key here.
I employee name edit.
Employee name. So the employee name is.
DAVID space BUNDY.
And guess
I
what?
employee name edit David Bundy.
Wow,
District office edit.
it's there. So I'm just going to tab through this. Well, first of all, I'm going to read through it.
Top blank blank
Blank.
position. Position edit. Position edit.
So position form.
Department. Department edit. Name of class / workshop / conference. Name of class / name of class / start date /
So that that's what we want to hear. We
start date edit.
if I tab through there, I want to be able to hear what I'm filling in.
Undefined edit.
What makes this form better?
It's designed to be filled out. Somebody has gone through and created all these form fields and labeled them properly. I'm actually going to show you one example of where somebody didn't do quite as well as they thought they did.
Start date edit.
So we've got start date.
Name of class / workshop / conference, etc. Start date edit. Undefined edit.
Start date, undefined.
Undefined edit.
Undefined edit.
End date edit.
But because of the context, I can say, okay, so they want me to put the date in 3 fields instead of 1. That's doable. If I hit tab, if I started at the top and went down and the first thing said undefined, 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 not so helpful. I've worked with forms that you will have a line of text that says name, address, phone number, and then you tab down and you've got a blank, a field above, a couple of fields above and a couple of fields below, and you're like, okay, which one do they want me to put my name, address, and phone? You have to. It's sort of trial and error sometimes. I see that a lot on web-based forms that they didn't take the time to label the field because it's laid out on the screen just like you fill it in. But if you're following what I'm doing on the screen, with the way the screen reader presents it, it may or may not be. So that's something to pay attention to.
You were tabbing through the
Yes.
fields, and in the earlier form, tabbing was
Undefined
a
edit.
problem for you.
Yeah, tabbing in the other form, the one if it's not set up as a form field, as a fillable form, then tabbing is not going to do anything. There's nothing for it to tab to jump to. Unfortunately, most of the printable forms that you download are printable forms. You can print them and fill them out. You can't fill them out on the computer. If you could, that would be wonderful for us. That would be very useful.
Make more of those.
Make more of those. Take a little extra time and build a form instead of just creating a document that has the little blank lines in there to fill out.
David, how are you navigating when you're going so fast, finding files and things like that? What are you doing?
I'm using the arrow keys. Well, actually, I'm using the number pad. So if we turn numlock off, then you've got the number pad has pretty much all of your navigation keys in one place. I can go use the up and down arrows, left and right, page up, page down, home, in.
Home.
All of those will.
Top of file. Undefined edit.
All of those are available right there. And you notice it said undefined edit because I'm still in that form field.
Virtual PC cursor.
So if I come back out of the form field and do,
Training form 2009.
then that takes me back to the top.
So I imagine that if any form or PDF or otherwise, has a great deal of description at the top. You're very excited about that.
Depends on what you mean by a great deal of description.
I was noticing that earlier form that you put up seemed to have a ton of stuff at the top that just was in the way.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so you were being sarcastic too.
I was.
Okay. I use it so much, I miss it when other people do sometimes. so yeah, the thing that's the most challenging with filling out information on the web is non-standard form fields. As long as you're using standard controls, JAWS can figure out what you're doing with it. I like to share an example of one that's a non-standard form. I don't remember. It was a bank site and I went to pay my credit card payment, and they had a non-standard form to choose the amount you're paying, and I couldn't get it to select the amount that I wanted to pay. I kept going to $300 and I kept trying to change it. Well, the next week, all of a sudden, I've got 7 transactions where I paid $300 each. My credit card got paid that month. Nothing else did. Because what was happening is when I would go arrow down, it would select it. And then somehow it submitted, and I've yet to figure that one out. Because every financial transaction site that I've ever come across, it wants you to, it makes you confirm that transaction. But that one, for whatever reason, didn't. And another pet peeve that I have is the little video capture things. Y'all know what that is?
Yes.
We're not robots.
I'm not a robot. But in a sense I am, because I can't read that picture and tell you what's in it. And even the audio ones are in most cases, are very challenged. And I will say there's a few out there that really do a good job with the audio.
Half the time those don't even work. The audio challenges, I end up having to go find a person and say, please help me prove I'm not a robot.
Yes. Yeah, because I'll click on the audio challenge and it'll say, your browser just blocked an app or something. And so yeah.
They very rarely work.
How long does it take you to get used to the speed that we heard early on?
Well, I've been using, this is JAWS version 2019. They changed the numbering system last year. But if it used this the original thing, this would be version 21. And I've been using JAWS since version 2.3, I think it was. Back in the 90s, early 90s. So I've increased the rate on here gradually over time.
Can you change the voice?
Absolutely. Oh no, I just changed the profile. Let's see here. Let me go back.
David has all sorts of voices.
David has a lot of voices. I use the normal JAWS.
Here are some JAWS hotkeys for general use. Description hotkey escape. Training form 2019.pdf.
But you guys can see where problem solving becomes really important, using context clues.
JAWS context menu. Options submenu. Enter.
Very intuitive
Voices
without the use of
enter.
context.
Voice adjustment ... V. Enter. Leaving menus. Voice adjustment ... Delete profile button. Alt. Enable additional voice profiles for synthesizer language. Combo box. Match JAWS UI. Speak sample button. Alt. Voice adjust. Combo box. All. Voice person. Combo box. Ava Premium High. Susan Premium High United States. 3.
Tom Premium High United States. Tom Compact United States.
Zoe Premium High United States. 6. Zoe Compact United States. Karen Premium High Australia. Age of 9.
When David and I worked together, he used that one, the
909.
Australian one.
And the British one. It's a British lady,
The
right?
Australian is the one that I use on my phone.
Karen Premium High.
Isn't there a British lady?
Tom Compact United States. Tom Premium High United States.
Susan Premium High United. Ava Premium High. Allison Premium High United States.
Is it true that over time, as the voice technology for y'all gotten better in terms of recognition, you know, like as we've heard voice assistants evolve slowly to get more natural voice, has that been occurring?
It has. I'm going to go back and change synthesizers right quick because this one is the more natural sounding
Voice punctuation, voice person, combo box, Alice, voice adjust, combo box, all context, speak sample button, synthesizer language, enable additional voice profiles for delete profile button, profile name, cancel button, Alt+C.
Why is it not showing me the synthesizer? Hold on just a second.
Escape. Training form 2019.pdf Adobe Acrobat Reader D. JAWS context menu. Options submenu. Utility. Language submenu. L. Utility. Options submenu. O. Enter. Basics. Voices submenu. V. Braille dot. Voice. Enter. Voice adjustment dot dot dot. V. Select a voice profile dot dot dot. Enter. Menu bar. Leaving menu bar. Select a voice profile dot. Vocalizer expressive. Vocalizer. Vocalize. Allison. Vocalizer express. Ava. Vocalize. Karen. Vocalize. Paulina. Vocalize. 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 Sappy 5X. Sappy 5. Microsoft Mobile Eloquence Factory. 2 of.
Training form 2019.pdf.
That's the old voice.
That's the factory voice.
And that's the one I use.
All these others you have to download.